How's your day going, guys? I hope it's going well. As you guys know, the highly anticipated Rebel Moon is right around the corner, and I'm pretty damn excited about it. So I'm here to share 5 important things that's probably a must-know before you get into watching this movie. If you miss some facts, then it can definitely affect the enjoyment of the movie. So I'm here to clear all this up before you watch it. So let's get into this. Let's get into the first one. Boom. Number 1, the first thing you guys should know before watching Rebel Moon, that it is basically a Star Wars script turned into another sci-fi universe. Long story short, guys, this was supposed to be a Star Wars film that Zack Snyder wrote and he presented to Disney. But Disney said, fuck you. We don't want any progressive ideas. We don't want anything. We just don't want to switch it up. We want to keep having Star Wars go the direction it is. So Zack Snyder said, well, I'm going to go look if someone else wants to fund this. And little did you know, he found someone else, Netflix, and Netflix seemed to like the idea of what Zack Snyder had going on. And I'm pretty excited because he's openly adverted to, this is literally Star Wars. There's gonna be lightsabers. My big question is there gonna be the Force? I don't know, we'll find out, but my guess is there's gonna be some type of space magic. Is it the Force? Is it literally space magic? Who knows? We'll find out. All I know is that it's pretty important to know because there's probably gonna be a lot of stuff looking like Star Wars, and I don't want people to get confused. And I know that as a Star Wars fan, that is like pretty well known that this movie is kind of like, oh, it was supposed to be Star Wars, but who knows? Some people might have missed that. So we're just gonna get the most obvious one out of the way first. So yeah, that's number 1. Point number 2, it is always important for someone to kind of get a general basis of where they started the story so you're just not completely lost. So I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of kind of where the story starts. Nothing spoiler massive. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the main character is called Cora, and she was an ex-Empire agent type thing. As you guys know, Empire Rebellion, the Imperium is exactly what they're called. They're called the Imperium. And she started her own life on a family farm. Like, it sounds pretty nice. And then the Empire comes and invades her newfound home, and she's pretty upset. So she takes it upon herself to find a new crew of rebels to fight back against the Empire. To me, that sounds awesome. I think it would have been cool if it was Star Wars, but I'm down to see this, and I'm totally I think it's gonna be exciting. But that is definitely a point that you guys should know. And that's the second solid point that you need to know about Rebel Moon. It's Rebel Moon, so yes, there's gonna be a group of rebels, obviously, fighting the Empire. 3, bing, point number 3. Point number 3 is actually pretty important because going into a movie, you're gonna hopefully be expecting a satisfying ending. But I'm kind of here to break your bubble. This is already said to have 2 parts. So you know what that means, guys. Kind of get ready to be a little disappointed in the first one just because everyone wants to have a big, boom, grand, satisfying ending. But sadly, we already know that there's going to be a second one. So I think I want to taper my expectations a little bit just because if there's a second one, that means they're leaving the big finale to the second one. And we don't even know if there's going to be a third one. What if there's a third one? That's gonna be terrible. So I just don't like when movies necessarily announce that there's gonna be a second one off rip, or they provide the director with enough money or a promise, a contract up front to provide another movie, because that kind of makes me believe that the director isn't going as hard to prove themselves to get another movie. And if they're not going to prove themselves to get another movie, then of course they're not gonna go, give away the best part in the first movie. But I still trust Zack Snyder enough. The Justice League fucking sucked. Let's be honest. The Snyder cut I actually like. That's a little hot take. But I do trust him with enough Zack Snyder. So we'll see how this one turns out. But I think that's a good one to know. There's definitely going to be another movie. And there's probably going to be a third movie. So taper your expectations. Don't expect any big grand finale, bang, bang, big battles or anything. I think there will, but I don't think it'll mean too much at the end of the day. And I think it'll be a cliffhanger, which will suck. Just like Dune. But don't worry, guys, because we already know the second one is releasing next year in 2024 either way. Rebel Moon 2, whatever the fuck it's gonna be called. So that's point number 3. All right, guys, coming in at point number 4. I feel like this one also is really important because Rebel Moon technically comes out tomorrow in a lot of theaters in the UK. But for the people in the USA, there's only a select number of theaters that you can watch it. 15th tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this, maybe today, or maybe whatever. But so whoever is not in the UK, I guess that all we need to really think about is when does it come out on the streaming platforms. It's mostly coming out on the 21st of December on Netflix. That's where probably mostly everyone's gonna be watching theirs. That's where I'm gonna be watching mine. That's where I'm gonna get my review. Yes, I'm in California, so I actually could have gone straight to see it if I just wanted to drive like an hour away, fucking in LA. No, thank you. Far ass drive on a weekday. Actually, that'll be tomorrow, so. Everyone who's waiting for it, be a little patient because it's gonna be released on the 21st of December, and it's gonna be worth the wait. All right, coming in on point number 5, which I think this is the point I saved for last because this is probably my most exciting one. We saw what Zack Snyder did to the Justice League. He butchered it. He butchered that shit. But when he actually released the 4-hour cut, yes, it was 4 hours. And yes, it was it still wasn't the best thing, but at least we know it made it better. And that brings me to my last point. There is going to be a second version that's an hour and a half longer. So when they release Rebel Moon, eventually, he's already gone on record. Zack Snyder has already come on record saying that there will be a second movie released. Longer. A second version of the movie released. So that's really cool. So if this one doesn't really hype you guys up more, well, good thing there's going to be another one coming out probably, give or take, in a couple of months before the other one gets released. Extended director's cut version for everyone who likes all that shit and if they don't really like this one that came out. So yeah. This is Starfight Uncensored. I will definitely be doing a review of Rebel Moon, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. See you next time.